Project Paperclip was a classified program initiated by the United States military following World War II. Its objective was to recruit German scientists, engineers, and technicians who had worked for the Nazi regime during the war and bring them to the United States to work for the U.S. The scientists and technicians worked on a variety of projects for the U.S. government, including the development of rocket technology and weapons systems. Some of the most notable individuals recruited under the program include Wernher von Braun, a rocket scientist who later worked on the Apollo. The recruitment process was conducted in secret, and the scientists were granted immunity from prosecution for their past involvement with the Nazi regime. The U.S. military hoped to gain an advantage over the Soviet Union in the emerging Cold War by acquiring the expertise of these scientists. Project Paperclip was a controversial program, and there were concerns that the United States was effectively pardoning war criminals and allowing them to work for the government. However, the program was deemed a success in terms of its contributions to the U.S. military's technological advancement. During World War II, the U.S. military developed a plan to drop thousands of bats with tiny incendiary bombs over Japan. The idea was that the bats would roost in buildings and then set them on fire, causing chaos and destruction. The plan was ultimately scrapped, but it is still seen as a bizarre end.
The U.S. Army once tried to develop a gay bomb that would cause enemy soldiers to become sexually attracted to one another. The idea was to distract and demoralize enemy troops, but the project was abandoned due to ethical concerns and practical limitations.
The CIA once tried to train cats to be spies. In the 1960s, the agency attempted to implant electronic listening devices in cats and train them to eavesdrop on conversations. The program, called Acoustic Kitty, was ultimately deemed a failure as the cats proved to be too difficult to control. In the 1950s and 60s, the CIA experimented with using LSD as a truth serum. However, the program, known as mkultra, was eventually abandoned due to ethical concerns and the lack of reliable results.